Tonight, we dive deep into the mind of a killer. Is the perfect murder a man's game or a woman's art? Who hides the body best? Who fools the cops the longest? And who might be sitting beside you right now? Welcome to He versus She, where fact meets fun. And sometimes fatal. Let's break down the bloody math. Globally, men commit about 80 to 90% of all murders, confirmed by United Nations and FBI data. Most male murders are single-victim crimes, bar fights, gang shootings, domestic rage. Take Chris Watts. He killed his whole family in a sudden rage, then hid their bodies in oil tanks. And when it comes to mass murder, school shootings, workplace massacres, men dominate even more. Over 97% of mass killings worldwide are committed by men. Women? They kill far less, usually just one victim, often someone close, a husband poisoned, a lover betrayed. When blood spills in bulk or rage explodes, odds are it's a man behind the trigger. Now, what's their weapon of choice? For men, it's loud and lethal. Over 67% of murders involve a gun. Knives come next, about 22%. Strangulation or blunt force, less common, under 10%, but mostly when a man loses control. Women choose silence over firepower. Only about 5% of female murders use a gun. Knives appear more often, but poison is their secret favorite. Poison shows up in about 4 to 5% of female homicides and less than 1% of male murders. Take Stacey Castor, the Black Widow. She served antifreeze in sweet green tea for days, slowly poisoning her husband drop by drop. His death looked natural at first, until years later she used the same trick on her daughter to hide the first crime. Her daughter survived and exposed the plan.
Evidence. I started out by telling you I was at a loss for words to describe this defendant. You can solve that problem for me because the word for this defendant is guilty. Ashley Wallace didn't have anything to do with the death of her father. She didn't have anything to do with the death of her stepfather.
Then there's Mary Ann Cotton. She poisoned up to 21 people over 2 decades, husbands, children, claiming insurance money each time. No blood, no mess, just funeral after funeral, until one suspicious doctor ordered an exhumation. So, while men explode with guns and blades, women whisper with pills and powder. When blood stains the carpet, it's usually him. When the death certificate says heart failure, look closer. It might be her. The murder is done, but what happens to the body and the evidence? Men tend to panic or overcomplicate. Studies show male killers are more likely to dump, bury, or burn the body, but they often leave clues behind. Take John George Haig, the acid bath murderer. In 1940s London, he killed at least 6 people for money, then dissolved each corpse in drums of sulfuric acid. It worked until police found blobs of fat, a gallstone, and false teeth floating in the sludge. Then there's dismemberment. Notorious male killers like Dennis Nilsen chopped victims into pieces, stuffed them in pipes or suitcases. The stench eventually betrayed him. Same pattern. Men hide with force, but evidence leaks out. Women, on the other hand, rarely chop or dump. They hide in plain sight. Poison leaves no mess. The victim dies in bed, gets a clean death certificate, and a quiet funeral. Mary Ann Cotton buried victim after victim, husband, child, neighbor, all with tears and black dresses. No shallow graves, no suspicious trunk. It took one suspicious coroner to cut her secret open. Psychologists say men bluff with panic, women gaslight with patience. Statistically, female murders stay unsolved longer because the crime scene looks so normal. So, what's ticking inside the mind of a killer? Why does he explode and she plot? Across cultures, Canada, the UK, South Korea, even rural India, experts agree men and women kill for different reasons, and they feel it differently too. Men's murders are often impulsive: rage, jealousy, revenge for a bruised ego, or just sudden domination. Studies in Canada and the UK show men are 4 times more likely to kill strangers or rivals. The mind snaps into fight mode, adrenaline, tunnel vision, no fear of getting caught. Women, on the other hand, are planners. Their motives lean toward gain: money, freedom, revenge, or removing an obstacle. Research in South Korea and Italy shows that when women kill, the victim is nearly always someone close: a husband, a child, a lover. Neurologists say men's brains light up with aggression circuits: more testosterone, less impulse control. Women show stronger planning and inhibition zones. He lunges, she waits. And after the murder, guilt works differently. Men crack sooner, blurting confessions, bragging, or trying to justify it. Women? They hide remorse or feel none at all. They weep by the grave they dug themselves, comforting detectives looking for clues that don't exist. Instinct, hormones, society, all twisted together. But in the end, the final drop of poison, or the pull of the trigger, crosses every border. One victim is a tragedy. Many victims, a nightmare that earns you a name in history. Here's our countdown of the 10 worst serial killers ever recorded, from horrifying to truly monstrous. And yes, you'll see who takes the bloody crown, he or she. Number 10. Eileen Wuornos, from the United States. A rare female serial killer. She shot 7 men in Florida, claiming self-defense. She confessed on tape and was executed in 2002. Number 9. Jack Unterweger, Austria. A writer who fooled Europe into thinking he was reformed. He murdered women in multiple countries while working as a journalist. Police matched his travel dates to crime scenes and trapped him. Number 8. Charlotte Corday, France. More political assassin than serial killer, but iconic. She charmed her way into Jean-Paul Marat's home during the French Revolution and stabbed him in his bath. Publicly executed soon after. Number 7. Andrei Chikatilo, Russia. The Butcher of Rostov. He raped, mutilated, and killed more than 50 women and children. Escaped capture for years until DNA caught him in the 1990s. Number 6. Pedro Alonso Lopez, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru. The monster of the Andes confessed to killing over 300 girls. Arrested, released, vanished. Some believe he's still alive. Number 5. Javed Iqbal, Pakistan. He confessed to killing 100 runaway boys in Lahore in the 1990s, sent chilling letters to police bragging about his crimes. Sentenced to death the same way he strangled his victims.
इस दुनिया से नफरत है और मुझे अपने किए पर कोई गिला नहीं मैं मरने के लिए तैयार हूँ
एक मिनट आपने 200 बच्चे क्यों नहीं कत्ल किए 100 क्यों इंतकाम कर रहे थे ना इंतकाम कर रहे थे
मेरे पास आज भी इतने पैसे थे कि मैं ये सिलसिला जारी रख सकता था
कितने पैसे
अगर कल को आपने जो जितने मारे हैं उनमें से 3-4 बच्चे घरों को वापस आ गए फिर आपका सारा ये
कोई नहीं आएगा
किस तरह आप कहते हैं कोई नहीं आएगा
शाहीन साहब
किस तरह का
Number 4. Luis Garavito, Colombia. Known as La Bestia, the Beast. Convicted of murdering 138 boys, suspected of many more. Exploited legal loopholes and is still alive today. Number 3. Gary Ridgway, United States. The Green River Killer. He murdered 49 proven victims, mostly women and girls, and dumped bodies along the Green River. DNA solved the case decades later.
To the murders of dozens of women in King County, leaving several families grieving throughout the state. Though he's been locked up for decades, tonight, Gary Ridgway is back in King County.
Number 2. Harold Shipman, United Kingdom. A trusted family doctor turned silent death dealer, killed up to 250 patients with morphine overdoses disguised as natural deaths. One suspicious will exposed him. Number 1. The crown of horror goes to Ted Bundy, United States. Handsome, charming law student by day, predator of young women by night. Estimated over 30 victims. Escaped prison twice. Defended himself in court. Executed in 1989. So, by sheer body count, method, and fear left behind, the crown goes to him.
I don't want to die. I'm not going to push it. I'll push him on. I deserve certainly the most extreme punishment society has.
So when it comes to serial slaughter, the crown almost always belongs to him. One win for the boys, though it's a crown no one should ever wear. Now, murder is one thing, but assassination? That's murder as a profession, planned, paid for, and designed to leave no trace. Throughout history, men have ruled the world of organized hits. The CIA, KGB, mafia hitmen, nearly all male. Strength, weapons training, a taste for risk. Famous male assassins? Lee Harvey Oswald, who shot President John F. Kennedy, Gavrilo Princip, whose bullet triggered World War I, and countless mafia enforcers from Murder Incorporated in 1930s New York. But when patience and infiltration matter, women step in. Charlotte Corday charmed her way into Marat's house and stabbed him in his bath during the French Revolution. Modern spies? Mossad's Unit 504 used female agents to seduce and poison high-level rivals and opponents, where a man with a gun would never get close. So if you want a public bullet in the skull, history says pick him. If you want a quiet poison slipped into a rival's wine, no scream, no witness, pick her. Tonight we saw guns, knives, acid baths, and flawless funerals. We saw hitmen lurking in alleys and poisoners brewing tea in cozy kitchens. So tell us, who is more dangerous, he or she? Drop your answer in the comments. Subscribe if you dare. And until we meet again, stay suspicious, stay alive, and try not to be the next victim. This is He versus She, where fact meets fun.